most people have been sleeping on. Let's talk about a team that is been treading water and going through this injury bug like no other team has in the NFL history. Let's talk about a team that I wrote off once Mac Jones went down. A team that I wrote off once Nick Bosa goes down. A team that I wrote off when they had no Juwan Jennings, no George Kittle, no Brandon Ayuk. And the list goes on and on and on, and injury after injury after injury, and they just keep trucking along. And that is the one and only San Francisco 49ers. Guys, the San Francisco 49ers have been riddled with injuries play after play, game after game, week after week, year after year. If it's an injury, it's probably coming from San Francisco. Guys, let's dive right into this because the San Francisco 49ers defense held strong against the Atlanta Falcons without their top two dogs, Fred Warner and the one and only Nick Bosa. But here's the harsh reality for the 49ers. Yes, we've been writing them off. Yes, I've started to believe them. Yes, they're a top 10 in the NFL team. But the truth of the matter is, guys, that neither of them are coming back this season, and that's just not a sad setback. That is a full-out gut punch to one of the most feared defenses in football. The question now isn't whether that they can survive without them for a week or two. It's whether they can stay alive in the NFC playoff race at all. Yes, unless John Lynch makes a big trade for an elite linebacker or edge rusher, this could spiral out of control fast. Look, we have to give credit where credit is due. This defense for the San Francisco 49ers showed a lot of heart on Sunday Night Football. Everyone expected them to crumble without Fred Warner, and including Nick Bosa, but they came out swinging. They held the Falcons just 292 yards total offense, 4.9 yards per play. That's top-tier effort. That's top-tier defense, even by full-strength standards. But here's the problem. The depth doesn't last forever. Cornerback Green went down with a toe injury. Nickel corner Upton Stout is already out. And this defense is being held together by tape and adrenaline with a little bit of super glue. The 49ers, guys, are about to hit the road with back-to-back games against the Texans and the Giants. They cannot fake defensive talent forever. The grind of the season will start to expose the holes quickly. And if they don't bring in help, and soon, this defense could be in serious trouble. Now, on the flip side, the offense finally showed signs of life. The 49ers look like themselves again. Balanced, effective, and physical. And you can thank that all to George Kittle for that. His return from his hamstring injury brought back the physical edge that they've been missing. He opened up the running lane, stabilized the passing game, and brought back that energy. Then, of course, there's CMC. The man, the myth, the legend, Christian freaking McCaffrey. The guy just does everything. He led the way with another all-around performance, helped the San Francisco 49ers post a season-high 174 yards rushing at a 4.5 yards per carry. If the Niners can keep that balance, they can at least control games and protect that defense. But long-term, they can't run away from the issue, literally. Guys, let's just be honest. Losing two all-pro defenders in the same season is almost impossible to overcome. Fred Warner is the brains and the heart of that defense. Nick Bosa is the chaos engine that makes everything easier. Without them, the Niners pass rush takes a massive hit. And then back seven gets exposed. So what's the move? What can the 49ers do to stay competitive? It's simple. They have to make a trade, period. The front office needs to get aggressive. An elite linebacker, an elite edge rusher, somebody who can stabilize this defense before it's too late, because let's just be honest, their Super Bowl window is closing very, very rapidly by giving that big contract to Brock Purdy, which he may not even play for the rest of the season because Mac Jones is the man, the myth, the legend. Now, whether it's a veteran on an expiring deal, Von Miller, or a big name stuck on a losing team, I don't know, Trey Hendrickson, the Niners need to put a defensive zone tether together right now. They're sitting at 5-2. But that all can vanish if this defense collapses over the next month. This roster is built to win now, not next year. They have to go all in now to make a Super Bowl run right now. So here's my take. The 49ers prove that they can still fight. The heart and hustle only get you so far in the NFL. Without Fred Warner and Nick Bosa, you don't have a Super Bowl caliber defense. The only way to keep this season on track is to swing big. Go elite and go elite now. Go get a pass rusher and make a difference, because if they don't, this could turn to a playoff push into a collapse. So, guys, what do you think about the San Francisco 49ers? Should they go out and make a blockbuster trade to keep this momentum going to replace Fred Warner and or Nick Bosa? Or Should they just sit back and tank? Should they just sit back like, you know what? We're good. We're a good 500 team. Comment down below who you guys think they should trade for. Is it somebody like Trey Hendrickson? Is it somebody like Devontae Flower? Is it somebody like Von Miller? Maybe Joey Bosa. I don't know. Somebody. Guys, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Remember, we're live Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. East Coast time right here at youtube.com/Man Hour. Now, this is a live interactive show. Jump in. Tell me who the San Francisco 49ers should trade for, or if they're even a playoff caliber team as currently constructed. That's what I want to know. Shay Frazier says the 49ers are finding a way to win still. Let's attribute it to good coaching. Shanahan is a dog. Not wrong. Not wrong on that one bit. Let's just be honest. The 49ers are arguably one of the best coached regular season teams in the NFL. Now, when they get to the playoffs, when they get to the big game, the nut crunch time, Kyle Shanahan is a dog. He's a little chihuahua on the porch barking up until the big dog start walking up. Then he pees his pants. That's just the way it is. And the way the 49ers are winning right now is on the shoulders of Mac Jones. And when you look at this even further, let's go back 3-4 years ago when the 49ers traded up to get Trey Lance. Mac Jones was circled on their roster board or on their draft board. They wanted Mac Jones. They wanted Mac Jones bad. I don't know why. They passed on him, but they wanted him bad, and they're like, man, maybe Trey Lance is the guy. Kyle Shanahan is a dog, Shay. You are absolutely correct. However, Mac Jones and CMC are pretty beastie too. Alpha Rob says, and the Bills lost to that team that beat the 49ers, or to the 49ers beat. It's all about any given Sunday, right, Alpha Rob? It's all about matchups. It's all about schemes. It's all about personnel. The 49ers match up well against the Rams, against the Cardinals, against the Seahawks, the rest of the NFC. They don't match up so great against AFC teams. Let's just be honest. Let's just call a spade a spade a spade. Oh, by the way, Shay, Packers suck. I don't know if you can see that or not. But yeah, Packers suck. Mellow Mike says the only quality win the 49ers have is against the Rams in overtime, and Tampa Bay destroyed them. So yes, you can say the only quality wins that they have is against the LA Rams. Right? Yes, I can see that. However, the Falcons were not a terrible team. They were riding a roller coaster of emotions. They were on a high streak, right? The Jacksonville Jaguars, there's as much as you hate the Jaguars, Mellow Mike, they're still a pretty damn good team. The Cardinals, many of us sat here and said, you know what? They're a 9-10 win team. They're a sleeper in the NFC. They can make the playoffs. Now, since starting 2-0, the bottom has completely fell out. We're going to talk about getting Jonathan Gannon fired here shortly. But at the time, 16-15 win over the Arizona Cardinals. Mac Jones just came in. No George Kittle, no Brandon Ayuk, no George Kittle. Nick Bosa went down like that game, right? They were riddled. They were limping. Like, oh man. But they came out and they balled out. Now the Saints obviously is not a great win, but on the road. And the Seahawks are a sneakily good team. They're probably going to win tonight versus the Houston Texans. But it is what it is. Alpha Rob says the 49ers defense injuries will catch up to them just like it caught up with the Lions last year. I agree. That's why they got to go out and make a trade. That's why they go out and got to get a Trey Hendrickson, a Myles Garrett. I mean, obviously not those players, but those type of players. Maybe reach out to the New York Football Giants, like, hey, what do you want for Thibodeau? What do you want for Brian Burns? That would be great pickups. Amazing pickups. But we'll see. We'll see. And Mellow Mike says they should tank for picks. They already got 5 wins on the season. Even if they tank, don't win a game for the rest of the season, they're still going to be a 10th, 11th, 12th overall pick. Because let's just be honest, the Jets aren't getting any more wins. The Saints aren't getting any more wins. The Dolphins aren't getting any more wins. The Cardinals are not getting any more wins. Who else is not getting any more wins? Jets, Dolphins, Saints, Titans are not getting any more wins. Cardinals, there's 5 teams right there that are not getting any more wins for the rest of the season. Texas might get 1 or 2. So there's number 6. They're not going to be very good. The Bengals are just not going to be any good. The Ravens might be a top 10 overall pick at this particular rate. And hell, the Chicago Bears, as well as they played on Sunday Night Football, they might be just as bad. They got a tough-ass schedule. Hell, the Raiders may not even win another game for the rest of the season. There's some bad football teams. Don't be taking now. You should have thought about taking week 2. But hey, it is what it is. But Miller Wright says, let's just be real. Let's simmer down now. Let's be real. Would Trey Hendrickson, the best pass rusher available, even available enough to overcome Kyle Shanahan's choke act? No. I don't know why Kyle Shanahan shits the bed in the Super Bowl or championship games in general. Anytime it is close, Kyle Shanahan literally dribbles down his leg. Like, what's going on? But think about next year. You go out there and get a Trey Hendrickson. I got to know how the money works out, because obviously Trey Hendrickson wants to get the bills, y'all. And the 49ers just paid Brock Purdy a bunch of bills, y'all. And he's probably going to be cut by the end of the season because Mac Jones is balling out. But it would be great to see. It would be great to see the potential of Nick Bosa, along with Fred Warner, along with Trey Hendrickson, along with that interior. That would be a dominant defense. Just like how the Lions should have picked up Micah Parsons last year. But you know what? It is what it is. Shay, that's hurtful. Yeah, I wrote that. I don't know if you can see the marker board or not, Shay, because it looks like you're on YouTube Shorts. But if you go to the main page, on the main forum, right there it says, Packers suck. I just want to let you know. But then it also says that the Saints have been marching backwards since 2010. So just a little shots, right? Mellow Mike says, when Shanahan wins a Super Bowl, then he will get some respect. Until then, he will be just like the Cowboys in the playoffs. Choke artiste. Let's make a little friend. Choke artiste. I agree. Kyle Shanahan needs to win the big game. Kyle Shanahan needs to be better in the Super Bowl. Kyle Shanahan needs to come out and be a dog in the Super Bowl. Mellow Mike says the Jets aren't winning a game, even with Tyrod Taylor for MVP. That is tough. That is